All right, everyone, give me just a second. I'm getting everything set up the way it needs to be. All right. One moment here. Yeah, cool. All right, cool. Um, Welcome to the second stream, guys. I'm super excited to be here. I'm getting used to the whole streaming idea. It's not very different from regular content, like just recording videos and then uploading them. It's all pretty much the same, especially when I'm not like editing these videos in any way, like I didn't for Far Cry, Borderlands, any of those. Let me type in our chat here just so everyone knows that I am here. Jeez. All right. So if anyone shows up, they'll see my message there. And today we are going to be playing Wrath of the Lich King Classic, just like we were yesterday. We're going to continue on with our rogue. You'll notice there's now a shaman here. I couldn't sleep last night, and from like 1 a.m. to 3 a.m., I sat down and played a new character here for just myself. We're going to continue on with Alexandish here and our two needly looking daggers. You'll have to excuse me while I adjust things to where they need to be. Are you guys getting any audio? One second. There we go. All right. So, I don't know if any of you guys use OBS, but there is a source. So you put in sources of your audio and your video that go into OBS, and it's like a compilation. It's how I have the webcam and everything overlaid. Um, there's one called Application Audio Capture, and it's in beta, and it's essentially to capture only the audio from the full screen application, in this case WoW, so that if I have anything else running anywhere else in on the computer, it doesn't pick up that audio. So if I ever wanted to do a really long stream and at some point I didn't really want to talk and I just wanted to throw on like an anime or something on my other monitor, I could do that, and you guys wouldn't hear that, so I wouldn't get copyright flagged for it.
Be careful. Go with honor, friend.
All right, so last we left off, we still had to kill a couple bears and a prowler, so we're gonna do that really quick. Um, Ooh, we also have to go get red linen bandanas. Bandanas? Bandanas from an island, a little island in the middle of this lake over here. Actually, kind of excited about that one. I like going over here, especially because we're a rogue, so killing mages is kind of what we do. Like, if rogues had a specialty, it would be mage murder. Oh, forgot I am skinning and mining. Gotta keep up on that. So, I don't know if there's anyone else here from the northeast of the country, but if you are in the northeast, as of today at least, when this broadcast is happening, we are getting bombarded with smoke from apparently bushfires up in Canada. And yesterday it was going on yesterday, but it wasn't that bad. Like, you could maybe see a little haze outside. If you really smelled and thought about it, you could really get that smoky smell. Today though, I mean, if it wouldn't dox me, I would take my webcam and point it out my window so you could see. It's genuinely kind of scary. Like, it's just smoke. Like you're at a campfire, and you know the. I guess I can't. Not a campfire. Like, your friend just hotboxed your house like lightly. It's that smoky out there, and you step out and all you can smell is wood fire smoke. Just crazy. Those darn Canadians. What are you gonna do? Die, Mr. Bear. Come on now. Go on. Die. So these guys, these rogue wizards. Now 160 health is not a lot. But what I'm also going to do is pickpocket them. Because I can. And I like money. Actually, it's just because they might drop lockboxes or other just intriguing items that we might want to use. You never know what you're going to get when you pickpocket a human, so it's always a good idea. Or kobolds. Kobolds are also awesome to pickpocket because they really do have footlockers, and since we're rogues, we can actually unlock those footlockers. It's kind of the whole point of it. Yo, what in the world? Does he have heirlooms? Oh, what a... Some people just don't appreciate the classic leveling experience. Yeah, he's in full heirloom items. If you don't know what heirlooms items are, they're items you can grind for at max level that you can then send to your new low-level characters. And they're like the best items you can get for whatever level you're at, but they also level up with you. So all of the gear that guy has on currently, all of this... She's too far away. Hold on. I want pictures. I want to show you guys, just in case you've never seen it before. All of this gear is going to level up as he levels up, so it's going to continually just get better and better. So he'll never actually change out that gear until he gets to max level and he starts getting like max level gear that does outstrip it. I make a big fuss like it's a big deal. It's really not. I also would have done heirlooms if I had them. I really thought I got 2 daggers because I wanted to play a rogue a long time ago when I was playing my mage on here, and I just didn't. I thought I had gotten 2 of the daggers and sent them over to an old rogue, so I went to look for them because I figured I wouldn't put on anything that gave me an experience boost, but I could put on the weapons because, you know, weapons don't matter. I couldn't find them though. So I either never had them to begin with, or who knows. We picked up a new pouch. That's awesome. I just need to move some stuff around. Cool. Have we picked up any bandanas yet? Not yet. That's unfortunate. It's unlucky is what it is. Ooh, nice crit. I also did figure out what kind of build we're going to go for. So there's a lot of different builds you can do with rogues. There's not just specializations you can go into, which we'll actually talk about in a moment when we level up, because at level 10 we get to choose our specialization. There's a lot of different ones we can do, so I want to make sure that you guys understand why we're choosing the one that we're choosing, and what exactly our plan is for, you know, gear and content going forward. But I wanted to choose the one where I can continue to use daggers, because if I use swords, I'm just gonna feel like a warrior. Like, there are, like, dual sword rogues out there. I just think it makes you feel not like a rogue anymore. Like, the idea of a rogue to me is someone who sneaks around and does huge damage by hitting people before they know that you're there to hit them. And to me, that's the class fantasy of playing a rogue. So that's what I want to do playing my rogue. I'm sorry, if you don't notice up on the minimap, we have a copper vein here, so anytime I just randomly run off in a direction, I'm probably seeing it up on the minimap. For those of you who are WoW veterans, that's not a surprise, but you know, we have all different types of people here, so we should make sure that we are informing everybody equally of what's going on, because some people might not know. We also have some mail over here from the auction house. Now, it hasn't been 24 hours, which means that can only be the gold from the sale of our uh, copper ore from yesterday, which is awesome because that's a lot of gold for early on, which is going to help us maybe pick up a little gear just to make things go a little smoother. I don't think buying gear from the auction house is cheating. Some people say it's inefficient, and it is because you don't want to waste your gold on it, but at the same time, I only need like, what was it, 14 gold to get riding at level 20, and we're going to absolutely have 14 gold by the time we get there. It's a no-brainer. We also just picked up our first green item, and we're going to equip it. Even though intellect doesn't really do anything for us, we're going to equip this because it's way more armor and it's +2 spirit. So intellect, you can see intellect here does nothing, but spirit increases health regen when we're not in combat. So the higher our spirit, the less time we have to wait, or the less often we have to sit down to eat or use bandages in between fights, because we can heal and get back into like the next encounter quicker. Was that our first green drop? Definitely our first green drop that we can use, right? We don't have any other greens here. Yeah, cool. So that tunic was our first green drop. Thank you, Wizards. Wizards always have the best shit. So, I've been thinking recently, and by recently I mean since about lunchtime today, I've been thinking about doing a special kind of stream, and my idea for it is a can't get up stream, and the concept is going to be a full 48-hour period where I cannot get out of my computer chair. I think to do it, I'd have to give myself at least 1 or 2 bathroom breaks throughout the 48 hours. But other than that, I would plan everything so I have like a full, like multiple gallons of water, you know, food that does not need to be heated to be good, just around and like within reach. And then I could just, for the night, for 48 hours outside of like 2 or 3 5-minute windows to go do bathroom stuff, I'd just sit here and, I mean, probably play WoW most of the time. We are going to have all of the footage that we need for our next questline video. So if you haven't watched The Young Lovers on my channel, that's a WoW questline series that I'm starting, where I just go into depth about the quest lines that you do when you play WoW, because I really feel like people have stopped paying attention to it. People have stopped caring about what they're doing. They just want to, everyone just wants to do the quest, turn it in, get the next quest, turn it in. Like, they just want to grind content to get up to max level. And I get that, because max level is where the raids happen. It's where all of like the hard, you know, encounters are. But at the same time, to get to max level, if you're not using heirlooms, it's legitimately like a 50-60 hour experience for most people. Unless you are hardcore grinding and like have an optimal path and everything, getting to max level is multiple weeks of your life. So to do it in such a short amount, or to do as quickly as possible, I get that you can't sit there and you can't read all of the quests, but also, why would you bum rush through 50 hours of gameplay and not even take in the world that you're watching and what's around you? I don't know. So anyway, that's why I think that series is a good idea. I think it's going to do well. I haven't gotten quite as many views on my first video as I maybe would have liked, but also I barely have any subscribers, so that's not surprising to me. We're gonna stop here for a second and pick up our specialization. So there are 3 different trees we can go down here. There is assassination, combat, and subtlety. So subtlety is based around like sneaky, stab people in the back kind of thing, which I do love, but it's not good, the best for leveling, and it's not what I want to do in the end. Combat is more for like an AoE, like weapony kind of build. So you would be almost incentivized at points to be using swords as opposed to daggers, which I don't want to do. The good part about it, though, is that you do get Blade Flurry here, which is one of the only ways you can do AoE damage, unless you get Fan of Knives, which is somewhere around here. It exists somewhere. Phantom Knives is one of the only AoE abilities you have other than Blade Flurry. Right here. So the one I'm going to go down is the Assassination Tree. I think it's just the best one to go down. We're just going to start with crit damage. Yeah, that's just where we're going to start. And my goal is to just use daggers this whole time. Even if we find a sword that is better than the current dagger we're using, I think I still just kind of want to stick with daggers. I may switch to the sword just like temporarily, but it's not something we're going to use long term. I had another viewer here. He left. Doesn't surprise me. They know these bandanas drop chance is just ridiculously low. Like, it's almost a meme how low the drop chance is for these bandanas. It's crazy. Excuse me. After we kill this guy, I'm going to switch to my other monitor for just a second here. I need to look at my stream. I'm really just checking to see what the video quality looks like. That's not bad. Okay. So I learned about bitrate earlier today, which I didn't know about yesterday when I first streamed, and how it affects like the quality of your video streaming. So I upped the bitrate by like 4 times what it was. So I just wanted to see if I could see a noticeable difference, and I can. It's very noticeable. It's just a better quality video. Die, wizard scum. Die. At least these guys don't run away. Like, if they started running away to their friends, that would be a pain. En's Falk? Who is that? I don't think I've ever seen that body there before. Interesting. Interesting. So, we're going to have to go back to Stormwind at some point to go to the auction house and see what we can pick up for... Oh, this is a bad idea. Yeah, hold on. We can't do that. So I popped Evasion. It increases my dodge chance, although I don't know if that technically works against mages and spells. It might just be melee. But we couldn't go in on this guy because he had 2 other mages within like his... So if I stepped up into melee range, the other 2 would have targeted me and we just would have died, and that would have been a whole waste. So it was better to just not and back away. Once again, I am not a paladin. I am not a warrior. I'm not going to step up like on the line, put my life out there, and just what happens happens. That's not what I'm about. I'm a rogue. I will do whatever I need to stay alive as long as physically possible. Oh boy. Just too many things we're picking up here. No, except... Alright, cool. We got it. Right, we picked that up? Alright, yeah. I don't care. Just a little lag. It's just because we're on the West server. That's all. Once again, I'm on the East Coast, so West server is going to be a little iffy for us. However, there's not another server on the planet that I would want to play other than Grobulus. I think it's the only classic server that's still worth playing, partly because it took its roleplay so seriously over the last couple years that the community just feels a little better, although it is also an issue because a lot of people then came here wanting a good experience, but then they themselves were not providing that good experience to everyone else. So, you know, you're still going to have your griefers and your shitters that are just around. And the reason I'm playing a rogue on this server is because it's a PvP server. So if we're going to be forced to PvP, I'm going to play the best PvP class that exists. And that is rogue. You know, when we get meleeed, our casting bar jumps back. When they get meleeed, it doesn't. Just something to point out. Intriguing. Bro, just why wouldn't I look for people wearing red bandanas and then just only kill them? Like, he's got a red bandana on. Are you telling me that somehow in the course of our combat, I'm going to damage that red bandana to the point where it can't be sewed back together? Is that what's about to happen? Because otherwise, I don't know what the issue is. Ooh, oh baby, those are awesome for us. Holy crap. Yeah, we can drop the leather vest. So we just got our second piece of green gear. Thank you, wizards. This is significantly better, so we're going to get almost 40 more armor and 1 agility, and agility is like the main stat for rogues. It increases our melee damage and it increases our crit chance, and both of those are the most important part of being a rogue. So that was awesome. That was a great pickup. This is also why I don't like running heirloom gear. I wish you could instead pay for, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I want people to be able to get the experience boost the heirlooms offer, because leveling alts is tedious. Like I said, it's a 40, 50, 60 hour grind to get to max level in Classic. In retail, it's actually not that bad. You just spam dungeons 24/7, and then after a day or two, you can be pretty close to max level. But in Classic, it's a grind. So I want people to be able to get, you know, to have some kind of leg up because they have a max level character and this is their alt. But at the same time, when you've got heirlooms taking up all of your major gear slots, what is there to get in the world? What fun is there in leveling and questing and adventuring if you're never going to replace your weapons, you're never going to replace your chest piece, your cloak, your gloves, your pants, none of it. It's all just going to be the same item. You're going to look the same from start to finish. There's no progression to your journey. So yeah, I wish instead there was, maybe it's more expensive, but it's just a flat, like, you know, you can pay for a 10% boost with this much gold. And now you can, and you can pay for another 5% boost, and you can pay for experience boosts up to the point that the heirlooms would have given you if you had all the heirlooms possible, and it still would cost the same. But then you don't have the gear. I don't know. Oh, I need to take this because I want to skin him. That's always been my issue with heirlooms. Now, I'm not saying I'd never used heirlooms. I used heirlooms all the time because, like I said, the grinding to get from first to max level, it's a slog. It's rough, and I get it. I just wish there was an in-between. I wish I had a choice to continue to pick up and equip new loot and be excited about drops, but at the same time be rewarded for this being like my 3rd or 4th character that I'm leveling, and, you know, not having to worry about the extensive grind that we're about to go through. Sorry, I'm actually just looking at, I'm looking at my chat because I know no one's there. I'm just looking at myself. Not in like a weird way. I just wanted to see what you guys were seeing of me. That's all.
What can I do for you?
Sell a couple things here. We're gonna sell rune leather scraps. I don't think those are gonna go for very much on the auction house, so there's no use to bother with them. And then we'll go turn this quest in, and that will give us a red something. We're gonna get to put on some red stuff. Kind of nice. Sorry, my nose is real itchy. I'm not picking my nose, it's just an itch like on like just the inside part of your nose right there. I think we've all experienced that, where you got an itch and you don't want people to think you're picking your nose, but my issue is that the only other way I take care of it is if I like dip out of the screen, and I might do that in a minute, but...
Light bless you.
Alright, let's put on the red linen shirt. Actually, it doesn't matter. It's actually just, it's worth money, so instead of putting it on, let's just sell it when we have the chance, right? Okay, we need to kill 2 more bears. We turn that in. We head back to Goldshire. On our way back to Goldshire, we swing up and do the Jasper Lode mine. We are just an efficient farming machine. Yeah. Efficient. Oh, and we're level 10, which means we can go pick up our rogue quest as well to get a new and way better dagger, which is going to be awesome. So we'll go do that. It's going to be our first green weapon. And I'll tell you a funny story about the rogue quest when we get there. Because it's funny, but it's also it's terrible. It's me not understanding how the game works. That's all it is. It's me being dumb and not reading the quests. I just noticed there are 2 other people here watching, and I got real nervous. I don't know why. No reason to get nervous, right? We're all just in our underwear, right? Just, that's all it is. We're all just... I mean, I'm not in my underwear. Who's in their underwear? You in your underwear. I'm not in my... yeah, I don't know. I got a little nervous knowing that there are other people here currently watching. That's all. When I make videos, there's obviously not an audience, so if I say something stupid, I know that it's not a big deal. I want this ore. I don't care if I have to fight 1,000 wolves. What's the quote from Monsters, Inc? I'll kill 1,000 kids before I let this company die. And just as quickly as they came, they went. My other 2 viewers, gone, poofed away into the nether. Alright, we need to find bears, though. Fuck these wolves. Where are the bears? You know what? Figured it out. We need to do a bear call. Ready? Ooh. Oh, it worked! He heard us! He's coming to us! What the fuck am I doing? What am I doing with my life? My Lieben! That's a good story from an old podcast I used to listen to. But in, I think it was the old Wolfenstein game, like the really old Wolfenstein game, not like some of the newer ones where that's like kind of cool and all 3D and stuff. But in the really old Wolfenstein games, sometimes you would kill the Nazis and they would scream, "My Leben," which in German is "my life." So it's like, my life, what have I done, or what have you done to me? It's just good attention to detail. Makes you almost feel bad about killing them, and then you realize that they're Nazis, so you don't care anymore. Oh, whoa. Role-playing world PvP. Paying back the Horde after they stepped into our city. Summons straight to the heart of Orgrimmar. That's why I love this server. You get things like that going on. Alright, 1 second, guys. Sorry, I was doing hard drugs. I'm blowing my nose. Hard drugs, because I'm a hardened criminal. I do cocaine all the time, boys. So we got a handful of things here. Okay, we are going to go deep into the Jasper Lode mine. And when I say deep, I mean deep. We're going in. And the reason we're going to go so deep is there is a rare that spawns in the back of the mine that's usually there because a lot of people don't bother to go all the way through it. Like, they get to the point they need to proc the mine quest to have scouted the mine. You only need to go like halfway through. But if you go all the way through, there's a rare. And rares sometimes drop green items. And green items give us better damage. I love when a plan comes together. Keep looking over at my chat. I know no one's there. I know no one's there! I want people to be there, though. I got a very nice comment from someone from my last stream. That was very nice of them. Not during the stream or anything, but just on the VOD afterwards. So thank you very much. I've forgotten your name, but it's I can definitely go look it up. I can find it. Those are the reasons that I do this, though. I mean, I make the content because I like playing video games, so why not record while I play video games? And I'm already like half schizophrenic, so I talk to myself anyway. So like put all that together and I'm just a natural born streamer. But it's nice to get some kind of recognition that what you're doing resonates with someone. They enjoy it in some way. I would think the best use for this stream, in my opinion, would be... I'm just going to leave that there. Someone can find it. It's kind of a rude thing to do, because then someone else's... That node won't despawn, which means someone else is going to run up to it, go mine it, and there's going to be no ore there. They're just going to get rough stone. It's a rude thing to do. But I'm a rogue, so I don't give a fuck. Pickpocket all of them. Bro? Dry salt lick? You just carry a ball of salt around with you to... Okay. I mean, don't yuck other people's yums, I guess, but what? Alright, I feel bad doing it. I'm just gonna take the, like, 20 copper loss there and just take this instead. My hope is that we can run dead mines once we get there. That's gonna be, like, level 20-ish. But my hope is to run dead mines once we get there. Because dead mines has 2 separate daggers that can drop from bosses that are pretty good. So I'd like to get them if I can. So yeah, you only have to go this far to actually proc the quest. You just saw me get it there. But we're gonna go deeper. And we're gonna kill this guy, because I want this this ore here. But now you see there's some spiders back here. Oh no! A kobold geomancer has found me. Leave me alone, you spell slinging succotash? What is succotash? I know it's a word that Sylvester used to use all the time. Sylvester, the cat from, like, Looney Tunes or something like that. He used to use that word a lot, but I don't actually know what succotash is. Alright, and now we sneak back up. So it's really not a big deal. Like, if I had to fight all these spiders, I wouldn't care. When you're doing this in hardcore, though, in hardcore, it's a problem. If you try to do... Oh, Mother Fang, that's her. Whoops, didn't even realize. All right, so we're going to slowly clear out the area so we can fight Mother Fang. Oh, and there's a chest here? Dang. We lucked out. We got a chest and we get the name. I don't remember this. I don't think this is the only name that spawns in Elwyn Forest, but it is definitely the one that's always there. I think there's one that spawns, like, along this area. I think it's a named, bandit. I just don't remember what the name is. I swear, if someone comes in here and yoinks this from me, I'll deal with it, whatever. Like, we're probably, at best, we get a green from them that we can use. I mean, at very best, we get a green dagger from them. That's, like, top tier, like, absolute best thing Mother Fang could drop for us right here is a green dagger. With agility on it. Oh, we procced Mother Fang to come over. Alright, we're going to use evasion. I could have control Q'd it. I didn't. Got to get used to using my key bindings. We have this, though. I mean, at worst, we used one of our potions. At best, we don't use it at all. We're gonna have to use a potion. But we need to kill Motherfang quickly as well. Shadow Realm. Centered with the Shadow Realm. So, you might wonder why I have... Oh, I didn't realize I was dying. It's alright. Where are we? It's not that bad. We killed Motherfang. I don't care. You might wonder why I have the nameplates set up where they are. If they're up in this top left corner where they are by default, I have to keep looking up there for them. And listen, I understand that there are UI add-ons that I could get that would let me completely customize my UI. I don't like doing that. I like keeping it as close to original as possible because that's what WoW is to me. So if I start using add-ons that get rid of all, you know, the griffins and all this stuff down here and just completely change the whole look of the UI, it's not WoW to me anymore. It just looks too... I don't know. I don't like it. So instead, I just grab the two character frames and I put them down here. The reason that the one is to the left is because when I'm putting combo points on it, they go right here. So as I'm looking at my character and what I'm fighting, I can see the combo points that I'm getting really just clearly. All right, Motherfang, what do you got for me? Web-covered boots. I mean, they are better than our current boots, I guess, so... Huzzah. But nothing else worth it. And a chest. With... a cloak that we can use. Okay. I'm just gonna drop the bandages. We don't actually need them. I mean, we do need them, but we have 5 linen, so we can just make 5 more bandages right now, like this. Oh, whoops. Oh, inventory's full. That's what it was. So, these are rares. They have the silver dragon around their border. Don't confuse them with the ones with the gold dragon. Those are elites. Those aren't rares. Those are just, like, really strong enemies. Silvers are rares, and then nothing is just normal. Alright, let's get out of here. And then I think the plan is to go back to Goldshire, drop quests off, go up to Stormwind to go to the auction house and see if there's some basic weapon we can buy. I only need 1 dagger, though, because we're about to get a different dagger from our rogue quest line, and the quest takes like a minute to do. So I'm not worried about that. But that is the plan. Boys, today, the plan is simple. We're just gonna die. Easiest plan of my life. I'm just gonna run out to the road. I could get there quicker by like running this way, but do you not realize I'm a seasoned adventurer? You are but a kobold. I decided I'm not gonna go out to the road. I'm gonna hug this because there are gonna be copper ores that spawn along these like mountain walls a lot more often. So, just better. What is that? I've literally never seen that before. What is it? What in the world? I mean, it's not often that I find something in this game that I've never seen before. We don't have time, though. We can't delay. Oh, of course the copper is close enough that I would end up aggroing all of them. It's not worth our time. We've got almost... Oh, it is worth our time because we could get another full 20 stack that we could sell. It's all right. We're not going to pull any of them. They don't want to fight us. We are too scary. Look at that. They're walking away. They're both walking other directions. They know they don't want the smoke, and we did get our third full stack. Nice. And all right, almost to level 11. Good, good, good. Yeah, we're just gonna run to Stormwind from here because we're closer to Stormwind. There's copper over there. I'm just gonna go straight to the city. I think our mining is okay right now. It's not like we're gonna run into anything more than copper in Westfall, and that's the next place we're gonna go anyway, so it's not a big deal. If we get to the point where we can't mine things, though, that's I think I talked about this yesterday, but that's going to be a problem if we out-level our profession. Because if we get to an area where we can't mine the things around us because we're not high enough mining, that's never going to fix itself. Because we're just going to keep going to progressively higher and higher level areas, and then those areas aren't going to have, you know, the things we need. We're never going to be able to catch back up unless we waste time going back to old zones to mine and then to go back to the zone we're leveling in, which I'll definitely do if we run into it, but it's just a bit of a pain. General Marcus Jonathan. Hello. Anyone here ever have trouble getting to sleep? Me too. I'm actually exhausted. Last night I try to go to bed around 10 to 11 and I wake up around 6:30 to 7. That's just my routine. But like sometimes I lay in bed and I just like I can't get off the phone, and then it's suddenly how many hours later and I'm just wasted my entire day on the phone, like my entire night. Because I just couldn't put the phone down, or even if I put the phone down, I'll just lay there, but my mind won't stop working. Hold on, we're gonna check ore first, actually, because we have 3 things of ore to drop off, so may as well. I just want to make sure that the market price for a 20 stack is still good. Oh baby, looking great. So $5.99.60, so we can drop it in for $5.50. And I know that's severely undercutting, but that's what I'm doing. And then let's just see how much light leather's worth. Not nearly as much. That makes sense though, because light leather is really, really easy to get. So we're still gonna sell it, but we're gonna sell it really, really cheap. Because I just want to get it out of my inventory. Yeah, done. Done, done, done. Alright, now we're going to quick look for daggers. Range up to level 11, because we're going to be 11 in a moment here, so. Ooh, a tarantula fang. Oh, that's only 15 copper, 15 silver? I mean, yeah. For 15 silver? Why not? Well, like I said, we only need the one because we're about to get our other dagger from our rogue quest, so I don't need to pick up another one. Nice. It's a good exchange. I should probably... I'll sell when I get to Goldshire. Late night raids. 1 a.m. start time for raids. Wow. Oh god, and that's West Coast time, assuming. So that's 4 a.m. East Coast. Oh my god. It's alright. We're going to find a guild when we get next level. If we find one as we're leveling in Northrend, I'll think about it. But the reason I want to wait for max level is, you know, you join a guild and then by the time you've gotten to max level, they're further along and they don't want to take you, or you just realize you didn't vibe with them in the first... Excuse me, hiccups. You realize you didn't vibe with them in the first place, and then you don't want to be with them. Oh, the other rare spawns right over here. Now I remember where they are. We can go look for them, but not right this second. Yeah, sometimes you think that a group sounds good for you, and like the time they raid sounds nice and all of that, and then just you get there to raid, or you like start listening to what they're saying in guild chat or whatever. It's just, do I really want to commit myself to 3-4 hours every single week in a Discord call with these people? The answer is a lot of the time, no, you don't. Then you have great raid groups. My guild from when Wrath of the Lich King first dropped, Roll Initiative, phenomenal. We fell apart out of nowhere, which really made me sad, but phenomenal guild. Just had their shit together. Like, had their shit together and wanted to be here and do this.
What can I do for you? For the Alliance, be careful. For the Alliance, light bless you.
Nope, we're not going back to Stormwind. No, we're not going back to Stormwind. For only 300 experience and gear that isn't better than what we have, it's not worth it to go there. It's just not.
Well met. Safe travel.
Oh, that's the warrior trainer. I'm so used to playing warrior that I went there just instinctively. Rogue is up in the top of this the inn here. Hello, here in Silvis.
See you around. Have a good one.
Oh, we have to go to Stormwind. Oh, forgot it starts by going to Stormwind. It doesn't just go straight to the dagger. I'm so sorry, everyone. Well, let me sell some things and then off we go.
I supply only the finest goods.
Sell.
For the Alliance.
God damn it. I've done this quest a handful of times too. I should have remembered. Alright, well, time to kick back and let us walk there. What's coming up? Strand of the Ancients. What is that? Oh, it's a battleground instance. I don't do PvP like that, so I don't know. When I talk about doing PvP in this, I'm talking about doing world PvP, like out in the world like this, just finding a random horde player and just getting them. Can't believe we went to Stormwind to come back to just go have... Oh my god, I'm so mad at myself right now. I kind of want to report them. Selling anything is just... makes the game worse. Now, if it was for gold and it was like an in-game thing, like, hey, you know, give us this much gold, we'll run you through this dungeon. That's one thing. but you know that they're, when they say they're selling XP services, that they're selling it for real currency or like Bitcoin or something. Makes me mad. Wish I had my steed. Do I have to come back to Matthias? Turn this in as well? I think I do. Ugh. The things we do for a dagger. When we could get as good of a dagger from the auction house anyway, but it's too late. I've committed to this. Ugh. I don't even have to check the map. I know exactly where to go for this quest. Exactly. Done it. So when I play hardcore, and I will play hardcore at some point, I think once I get this character to max level, and I've settled into raiding once or twice a week, and that's all I really do, I think I'm gonna do a different series with a hardcore character. Hopefully by then the hardcore servers are out, because I kind of don't feel like it's worth playing before those servers come out. Like, even if I do get a character, if I get a character to 60, that's awesome, and then those servers come out and my character means nothing, and I need to go do it again anyway, so I may as well wait. Master Shaw? Master Shaw?
Light be with you. Light bless you. Be careful. Go with honor, friend. Light bless you.
And this is our Blade of Cunning. Wow, look at it. It's so cool.
Go with honor, friend.
All right, so now we go and we get the shipping schedule, and then we have to come back here, and then we get our Blade of Cunning. Oh boy. So, looking down our talent tree, I mean, there's a couple talents we absolutely have to hit. The biggest one here, and the one that we like, the one that changes the fundamental way we play our class, is Mutilate. So once we have Mutilate, we're never really going to use Sinister Strike ever again, because Mutilate is going to become the way that we build energy going forward. And the reason for that is, well, one, it does a ton of damage, but two, notice it is 60 energy. So it's 60 energy, and I have 100 energy reserve at all times. That, you know, when I use it, builds back up. You probably have seen that. But for 60 energy, I get 2 combo points, so that's 30 energy per combo point. Sinister Strike is 45 energy, and it only rewards 1 combo point. So it's significantly more effective to use Mutilate. So once we have Mutilate, we're going to throw Sinister Strike off of our taskbar, and we're probably never going to touch it again. Action bar, not taskbar. On our way down here, I think we can probably hit Gold Tooth and then swing over here to turn in those 2 quests. Sounds about right to me. Sounds about right. Sorry, I keep looking at how many viewers we have. It's 1. That's me. I'm the only one here. At one point, though, we had 3, which means there were 2 other people here, and I'm riding that high. Just zooming along with that one. Oh, Death Knights. I think what I hate most about Death Knight is, you know that there's no appreciation for the struggle when you play a Death Knight. You didn't have to level your Death Knight up, you just got him. You got him at 58, or yeah, you got him at 58, 68, something like that. And you just jumped straight into Wrath of the Lich King with him. You didn't have to grind through classic zones. You didn't have to grind through TBC. You just picked him and played him. I sound elitist, don't I? I sound elitist. But still. I think it just leads to lazy people. I think it leads to people who don't understand their rotation better. I think the majority of people who roll a Death Knight are not going to play that Death Knight as well as they would play any other class that they pick, because they didn't have to level up the Death Knight, which means they weren't constantly learning how abilities work as they get them and figuring out how they work into a rotation that they've either looked up or figured out for themselves. Oh, I said we were going to go get gold tooth, didn't I? Let's go get some gold teeth. Shop. There's a shop. Oh my god. 6 faction changes, $100. Blizzard is a fucking joke nowadays. Like, I'm sorry, but that is just disgusting that is what WoW has turned into. And on top of all of that, they still put the WoW token in here saying that it was the only way we could think to combat gold selling. We had to sell gold ourselves. Like, no, you could IP ban the gold sellers. You could do anything other than just start selling your own gold. Oh, you killed the named, didn't you? This is another place a named spawns. She might not have gone back that far, though. So the named spawns all the way back here. Yeah, she went all the way back there. It's not there. Unfortunate. Terrible. What a terrible outcome we have seen. It's my wheezy old wizard voice. I do voices for my D&D campaign. So, always working on new ones. Alright, gold toother. Let's do it. Alright, that's fine. 1 miner we can deal with. We'll just pop a evasion. This is called evasion tanking, because when you increase your dodge chance by 50%, you make it so the majority of strikes that they throw at you do not hit you. Oh god. We're dead. We're not, but it was close. I probably have to use a potion. That's how close it is. Did I just crit them like 20 times or something? How did they die so quickly? Linen cloth, linen cloth. That's all I got. That's... YouTube just trolled me. I saw my chat bump up like someone had left a message, and so I turned because I caught it out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, "Someone messaged. I can interact with someone," and it was just saying that chat disconnected and then successfully reconnected. Why do you hate me, YouTube? I think if I could do anything on this earth, like if I had to work, if I could do anything, it would obviously just be not work and just like go on vacation 24/7. But if I have to have a job, I mean, I think I would this would be
What
the
can I do?
ideal job.
Very
Which
well.
I know sounds stupid. Like, yeah, of course you would do this.
Careful.
This isn't anything difficult.
You need something? See you later. See you
I
around.
just really like doing all of this, and I really hate having a real job. All right, cool. We've dropped off those quests. We shouldn't have to come back down to either of these farms. Now we're going to head over and get the shipping schedule. And then run back to Stormwind. Then run back down here. And then we go to Westfall after we kill Hogger. I'm not salty. I'm not. I enjoy all of this. I'm just being dramatic to be dramatic. I love all of this. There's not a second of this that I would trade to do anything else in this game. I think the only thing I would ever consider is heirloom daggers, just so I don't have to worry about the damage output and like getting new weapons all the time. But the daggers also don't have any experience increase to them, so I could still level at like the regular pace. I mean, I can't control that Joyous Journeys is here. I could technically go turn it off, but shh, we're not going to talk about that. Yeah. I don't mind Joyous Journeys. It helps a little bit. 50% is noticeable, but it's not immersion breaking. At 50%, what it essentially does is it makes it so you don't have to go through stupid grinding. So regular classic, without Joyous Journeys, without this extra 50%, we would run into issues where we would clear all of the quests out of a zone, but we would still be a couple levels too short to get into, like, to go to the next zone and not be killed by mobs there 24/7. So the 50% actually evens it out really well in that you're pretty much at the level you should be when you leave a zone for the next zone that comes up in line. Oh, I didn't skin this one. I'm sorry I didn't skin you, friend. I'll skin you soon. Don't you worry. Your skin is mine. EST is a East Coast Reading Guild. Everyone is super friendly and know the game well. Raid days and times have not been set in stone. That could be an option for us when we get there. Especially if it's an East Coast based thing, which means they're going to raid times that are comparable to, you know, East Coast people. As opposed to like, hey, we're going to raid at 11 p.m., which isn't a terrible time to raid, but for East Coast, if that's West Coast time, that is 2 a.m. All right, so I made a terrible mistake with this quest, and I thought it was way harder than it had to be. So this guy right here, Defias Dockmaster, he has the shipping schedule, and I thought with my dumb warrior brain that, oh, I walk up, kill him, take thing off dead body. But when you kill him, or when you attack him, like 3 other guys spawn, and it's a pain in the ass. Like, you are going to die. It's really just like, can you kill him before you get killed by these 4 people? I forgot I'm playing a rogue. So all I have to do is go sneaky, and go pocket picky. Look at that. Done. That's all it was. That was it. Like, so dumb. But nope, dumb warrior brain just... Ooh, what do I hit now? I've set myself up for success today. So, you know, I had a really rough night of sleep last night, which means tonight I'm going to hit that pillow and I'm just going to right out, right? And we all know, like, I can feel it in my eyes. I can feel it in my body that, like, the moment I put my head down and just close them, I'm gone. But also, I aligned everything. I also did all my laundry. So I took my sheets off, did my sheets. So I've got fresh, clean, like, detergent smelling sheets to crawl into. And I took a shower, so like I'm gonna be squeaky clean getting into them. I aligned everything so that I could have the best experience possible going to sleep tonight, and I will. Now, I know you're all sitting there wondering, well, Alex, why do I care? And that's a great question. And the answer is because you're on my stream. You care because I care. I'm God here. Don't test me. Oh, screw you. No one likes you, Forest Spider. Everyone talks about you behind your back. We have 10 gold. So I propose we stop at the auction house and we actually buy a couple pieces of gear. Just something that is going to propel us into Westfall ready for success. And I don't think it's cheating because I didn't transfer this gold over from another character. Like, this is all gold I've just made by mining and then selling on the auction house. I think it's completely legit. And normally I would say, hey, save your gold because you're going to need it later. But my thing is, like, this early on, at most, we're going to spend 3 or 4 gold. And by the time we're level 40, even though, yeah, we're not going to use any of that gear anymore and we'll have taken a 3 or 4 gold loss on all of it because it's going to sell for, like, a fraction of that. It doesn't matter. Like, it truly just doesn't matter because we're going to have so much gold by the time we're max level that, like, 3 or 4 gold is a pittance. This mindset only works, by the way, if you are funding your character. So if you're a twink, essentially, if you're funding your character to buy gear all the time with one of your max level characters, or you're doing 2 gathering professions. If I was gathering and doing a crafting profession, I wouldn't have, thank you, sir, I wouldn't have anywhere near the disposable income that I currently have. Like, not even close to it. Because I wouldn't have sold all of that copper, which gave me all of this gold. I wouldn't have sold any of that. I would have smithed it into something, or I would have prospected it into for jewel crafting, or I would have made it into copper bands for engineering. Like, all of that gold would have been put to use somewhere else. And there's an upside and a downside to it, right? Because right now we're getting a ton of gold, and we're going to continue to get a ton of gold. But when we get max level, we either are just going to have to stick with gathering and selling on the auction house, or we have to pick a crafting profession at that point, and then we've got to spend gold buying the things that we're selling off of the auction house to then go back and level up our crafting. Because if we pick up crafting at max level, we're still going to have to craft all of this, like, level 1 copper bracers, copper sword, all of that. So it's a give and a take. I think realistically, I'm just going to stay gathering the whole time. I think that's the play. Because I'm never going to be the guy. Like, I'm never going to be the one that my guild comes to. Like, hey, you need leatherworking? Go see Alex. He's got you. He's your guy. Like, I'm not going to be that person. So I may as well just do whatever's going to get me the most gold, and then I can just use that gold to purchase the enchantments or the jewels that I need, right? All right, armor, leather. We could use, do they have any leather heads currently? Level 11 leather heads? No. Shoulders? No. Chest we don't need. Wrist. Not worth getting. Wow, 12 gold. We might not be able to afford any of this. Hands. That's not bad. A single gold? That's not bad. Let me pick those up. Belt. that's actually still here. Waist. There we go. Fine leather belt. Alright, you know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do this. It was hands, the embossed gloves. We'll pick those up. Pants we don't need. Shoes. Feet. We got nothing. Nothing worth it, at least. And then miscellaneous. Neck, any necklaces? Nothing important. Finger, any rings? Any rings we could pick? Nothing worth buying. One spirit is not worth 5 gold. Not on your life. Alright, cool. So we picked up just a little bit of gear, stuff that's just going to make us just a little more competitive into Westfall. Equip. Cool. So we spent 2 gold, and for that 2 gold, we got 2 more agility and 2 more stamina, and a ton of armor on top of it. It's gonna be nice. It's not something you're gonna notice right away, but anytime we end a fight with like 30, 40 health and we could have died, that was stopped by us doing that. The quicker we kill things, the quicker we level up and get through all of this as well. Not that I want to rush through the process, but it will get tedious. Like Elwyn Forest, I think it's funny because Elwyn Forest is really fun to level in. Like, I've been having a blast this whole time, and then we get to Westfall, and Westfall is like, right, we're coming along, but I wish the pace would pick up. And then Red Ridge and Duskwood, like, things just slow to a crawl, and it's fine, it's fun, but at the same time, it's like, what am I doing right now? I've killed 30 boars looking for boar livers, and I've gotten 2. What's going on? Why am I doing this?
Need help?
All
The Alliance.
right. Do we have room for this? We do not. We will not miss that 1 copper.
Careful. The Alliance.
All right, now we got our 2 green daggers. Awesome. Anything you have for me, Mr. Shaw? No? All right. I leave. Shady dealer. I'm just looking for a rogue trainer, actually. Poison. Rogue trainer. What's the dealer got here? Just poisons.
Have a good one.
Just need to level up some skills. Ooh, slice and dice. Finally. Sprint. That's big. Sap is okay. Cool. All right, so we picked up some really big abilities there. So let's talk about them while we run. So the first one we picked up is Slice and Dice. So this is another finisher. So finishers are what we use those combo points on, and we've been using them on Eviscerate because that's the only thing we can. Slice and Dice, however, is huge because it's actually just an attack speed increase, and most of your damage as a rogue is coming from your auto attacks, which is shared only by Fury Warriors, I think. Everywhere else, like every other class, it's your abilities that are giving you most of your damage, but Rogues and Fury Warriors are the only ones where like melee attacks are a huge portion of your damage. So Slice and Dice, awesome. That 20% attack increase, you feel it. You notice it on the enemy health bar, how quickly they start to die. We picked up Sprint. Sprint is awesome. Sprint is just an escape mechanism, so we can get away. It increases our speed by 50% for like 15 seconds, which is not a short amount of time. So if we need to get away from an encounter that like is going wrong, sprint. Or if we just want to speed up running for a moment, because it's on a 3-minute cooldown, so by the time we get into a situation where we may need it again, we're not going to need it. And then in Subtlety, we got Sap. Sap is... What? Oh, whoops. Sap is a way... So if we walk up on like a group of three mobs, and we can't fight all 3, but we can definitely fight 2 of them, we can sap one of them, and that incapacitates him for 45 seconds. So we could then kill the other two, and then come back and kill him afterwards. So sap is really, really nice, especially when you're playing solo. I thought about playing a paladin, by the way. I was really thinking about what class to play for this, because I wanted it to be a class that I like playing, because I'm taking it to max level and raiding with it. So I thought about all the classes that I would want to play. Shaman came to mind, but then I wouldn't have been able to play through Elwyn Forest, and I love Elwyn Forest. So I wanted to be able to stream my way through this zone and Westfall, because I know them so well that I feel like it would make streaming and playing them at the same time just way easier. Thought about playing Paladin, really considered Paladin because I could be all three classes as well. I could be tank, heal, or DPS depending on whatever my raid needed. Plus, Paladins in Wrath of the Lich King are extremely powerful, so really almost picked that one. Almost picked Warrior just because I'm a Warrior fiend. So I like playing Warriors. I think they're very cool. I think the idea of being in a world of magic and monsters and demons and all of this stuff, and you're just like, I hit things really hard with a metal stick. It's just really cool. I just love the class fantasy of Warriors. Just soldiers who refuse to stand down in the face of superior power and ability. And they're just like, yeah, I can hit you harder than you can hit me. And that's it. Ooh, we got the other rare here. Morgaine the Sly. Well, hello there, Morgaine. And by hello, I mean die. Slice and dice. How quickly she died. Look at that. Nothing good out of the chest or from her, but it is what it is. Alright, so before we move into Westfall, and I know we still have to go kill Hogger, so we've got a minute. But before we do that, I think we need to take a moment and we need to get our cooking up to par. I'm not going to worry about first aid because there's so many humans that we're going to kill in Westfall that our first aid is going to be fine. But I want to get our cooking up to 50, because I think 50 is what you need for some of the Westfall recipes that you get. So I'm going to kill wolves and boars until we have enough to get our cooking up to 50. So we're looking for boar meat or stringy wolf meat. And of course we'll skin them as well as we kill them. Maybe I should have done herbalism. Just thinking about it. Probably not. That probably doesn't make a difference, actually. That's the correct answer. It doesn't make a difference which I picked. As long as you have 2 gathering, we're going to get money. And as long as one of those gathering is mining, because for some reason, mining and engineering and jewel crafting is always in demand, no matter what expansion you're in. So, mining is a safe one to take. I do hope we get into dead mines. I would really... It's been so long since I've run an instance in Classic WoW outside of like current content. So when I say current content, I mean Wrath of the Lich King. Because there's so few people that are leveling at any given point that to get into these lower level quests, like it has to be a perfect, Venn diagram of, tank, healers, and DPS all at the same level range wanting to do the content. It's just a lot. However, there are roughly 5,000 to 6,000 people on this server on Alliance, so I'm hoping that we do end up finding enough people for what we're trying to do. much do I even need? I'm at 9 cooking, and I've got 14 currently, so that's 23, so we need a good chunk more. This is the kind of grinding that no one ever shows you on their edited YouTube videos. But if you want to keep up on things like this is the kind of grinding you have to do. This is the kind of grinding that makes WoW WoW. It's actually fun too. Like, I'm not having a terrible time doing it. Combat feels very nice in this game to the point that like doing this over and over again isn't gonna bother me. I will admit I would normally have like a YouTube video up on my other screen watching it. The reason I'm not doing that is obviously so that I can continue to speak and commentate. But I have a feeling I will miss it eventually. No, stupid bear. Go away. No one likes you. Weird. My phone buzzed like I got a text, and then the screen was just my background, like no notifications at all. But even if there's no new notification, my phone always has like 20 notifications on it because Androids freaking suck for that. Absolutely suck for that. And like half of them are things from the system that I can't even really get rid of. It's so annoying. Come on, Mr. Boar. Don't be a bore. Oh, you were just backing me up into your bear friend. I see. We need more inventory space. Like, desperately. Like, we might go spend some of this gold on a couple, like, 8-slot bags. Actually, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to do that right now, because it'll save time. It's only going to be 75 silver to get 3 of them. We don't have to replace this small red leather pouch here either. We're going to need those bags for Westfall, though. Absolutely going to need them. Westfall is the king of inventory overload. You just get so... I talked about this yesterday. You get so many quests that are, hey, pick up like these 3 separate items. And it's the kind of quest where you can't just go do it and bring it back. Like, it's the kind of quest where it's like, oh, I'll do this while I'm on my way here. And then on my way back, I'll take care of this. And so it sits there and those items sit in your inventory for like hours. So we're going to go do it now.
What can I help you with?
Ooh, I could get a new throwing knife as well. Probably a good idea. Hold on, let's sell some things first. Hold on. That, and then look at that. Look how much inventory space we have now. Isn't that beautiful? Just makes you want to cry. Alright, and then we'll come back here and we will cook up some of our meat. And then we'll go get more. More. Okay. Now the boar meat. I may have just had a bad thought. I mean, it's a smart thought, but it's a terrible thought.
How are you?
You know what? Never mind. Totally fine. So my thought was that sorry, my thought was that I was pretty sure he sold cooking recipes for like the generic fish that you get when you first start fishing.
Light bless you.
And so I was like, you know what? It makes sense for us to go fish, level up our fishing while we do our crafting. But now I've just had another terrible thought. I'm pretty sure this guy sells a recipe for that fish, and that's how we get it. Yep, right there. Right, well,
Careful.
you know what this means, guys. It's time to fish. So, what we're going to do here is go fishing for as long as we have to. We'll be here for a little bit. I'm going to throw something on my other monitor. So, I'm going to do a little fishing. I'm going to mute myself while I do it and just kind of zone out and watch something while because this is truly, I said it yesterday, this is the most boring part of WoW for me. Like, by far, the most boring part of this game is fishing.
Good day to you. Safe travel.
Bro, you don't sell a fishing pole here? You got fishing stuff, you're skinning. Could have gotten skinning here. God damn it. Who sells a... They have to sell a fishing pole over here. If they don't... Deal's off. It's not. I'll go back to Stormwind. I'll just hate it. Hate myself for it. Stupid. This guy's got to have a fishing pole. He has trade supplies. Fishing is a trade. Hello, good sir.
What can I do for
A fishing pole, yes. Intriguing. A shiny bauble, yes. Intriguing. So we need the shiny bauble. The shiny bauble increases our fishing by 25 for 10 minutes. So we don't have to deal with the early, like, when you're at, like, rank 1 and you try to catch a fish and it's like, oh, the fish didn't get hooked or some other bullshit that it says. Putting the shiny bauble on to start that process avoids all of that. So it's a little bit of a time skip for you. Oops. Fishing, I'm going to put it here. It's going to go on the right side when we're done with it. But for right now, it's going to stay just front and center. All right, so let's equip our fishing pole. Get right here. And this is it. We just stare at it. And we do that for the next half hour. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Second here. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to mute myself for a little bit, guys. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just let myself... give me 1 second. All right, sorry. I just had to get myself into a righteous position. I'm just switching which one it's keyed to so that I can use my mouse button. And I can keep this hand free the whole time. Oh god. It is relaxing, I'll give it that. Like I've mellowed down into this zen kind of zone. I've got my chair kicked back, my feet are up on the heater board along the wall here, chilling. Just my chair squeaking and moving. I tried to WD-40 it today, but it's not that kind of squeak, I guess. Probably just the plastic creaking under my frame. Ooh, 25 fish. I forgot we have achievements. I've been playing private servers for so long that I forgot achievements were a thing. A lot of private servers don't have achievements available. I don't know why that is, but they don't. So it's been a while since I've seen an achievement flash because I've been playing private servers for the last couple months. Yeah, the last time I played WoW like this, other than hardcore, was right before Christmas of 2022. right. I'm gonna say, this is not as bad as it was in vanilla WoW. I think the fishing meter here it goes a lot quicker. Vanilla WoW, that thing took 10-15 seconds to go by, and it really felt like it took forever. And it feels like most of the time the fish would wait until the bar was almost empty before they finally went for it. It feels like they're jumping right at it. So it's not quite as bad. It's still not nearly my favorite thing to do in this game, that's for sure. If I wouldn't get banned for it, I would use a bot to fish for me. They told us that would give us arthritis. You know that's not true, right? There's nothing bad for your bones about. It's just releasing little bits of air that are in between your joints. It doesn't do anything bad to you. It's not grinding bones or anything. It doesn't increase the chances of arthritis. Like, none of it. Another fish achievement. Maybe I sit here and get all the fish achievements. Just knock them all out right here.
You need something? See you around.
I kind of want to get to 100. Like, we're already past 50. We're already past 50. So, may as well just do it. And that way, I am a third of the way. Well, a ninth of the way? No, 2/9 of the way. 2/9 of the way. I completely missed the splash on that one. I'm 2/9 of the way at 100 to like max fishing. So I only need to do this 3.5 more times. I can live with only having to do this grind a couple more times. wonder if I can add a chapter in or a timestamp or something for this section, just so if you guys don't want to watch me do this, you can... It is very peaceful, though. Is there a way to get rid of the whole UI? And I could just do this for a video and do like an hour loop of this? Yo, that video would get so many views. That's a great idea. Trademark, copyright's mine. Fuck all you. Oh, my finger slipped. God, imagine a 48-hour stream of this. Why did I even bring that up? Because now I feel like I have to do it since I brought it up. Not that there's anyone here to hold me accountable to it, but... $81, guys. We're almost there. Don't worry. 100 will be here before you know it, and we'll be back to our questing. Oh no, guys, we've hit a point where we're not getting a level for every single fish we bring up. Oh no. This is horrid. It's alright, we're getting to 100. I'm here, I've committed to it, we're getting to 100. And then back to our regularly scheduled programming. Give me the levels. Give me the levels! $100. Done. Over with. And ironically, my video just ended, so awesome. Alright. So from here, what do? Well, we didn't do that just for the hell of it. Sorry, we didn't do that just for the halibut. This is really who I am. We need to cook all of this. So the reason we did fishing now is because we're leveling up cooking. So we're going to learn our brilliant small fish because we have like 52 of them. And then we're going to cook all of them. And then once we hit 50, we can learn our long jaw mud snapper. And then we've got like 40 some of them. So we can cook all of them as well. And our our cooking is going to be, we're going to have to go level it up before we get done. So, yeah. Cool. Oh shit, did I not mute for that? Oh darn, I didn't mute for that. What a mistake on my part. Totally unintentional. Yo. It's just rough, guys. It's truly just a rough grind. It's not hard. It's not difficult. There are harder grinds in the game. There are longer grinds. There are more boring grinds, but there's just something about, like, I click one button to cast, and I click right click to pick it back up. And that's all I do for the entirety of it. Like, what? It makes you wonder why you're wasting hours of your day doing this sometimes. It's just one of those objectives in games that makes you wonder, like, you know, I don't get this time back. Like, this time exists once for me, and I'm wasting it playing this game doing this. It's like that much. It's that shitty of a quest or a thing to do. Hello, friend. Trade me in journeyman cooking, and I will take those other things as well. And then we will finish cooking the brilliant small fish, and then we'll move on to the mud snappers. Because we're still yellow on these small fish, which means most of the time we should get a skill up from them. Most of the time. Yo, we're really getting some some level ups from this. Like, we're green and we're still getting level ups occasionally. That's nice. Alright, and now the Mud Snappers. And that brings our cooking up into the hundreds, which is where we want it. So when we get to Westfall, any animal byproducts we find, like we're gonna have to kill a bunch of coyotes, all that coyote meat we can just throw right into cooking. Easy peasy. And I will hold on to a stack of the Mud Snapper because it's a lot of health per 21 eating. So may as well hold on to some of it. And we'll just sell the rest of all of this. We don't need any of it. Anything else we don't need that we can just sell? Not really. Here's what else we can train on. Crab cake, we need crawler meat for that. Ooh, that's actually not bad. Dry pork ribs. Give it to me. Nice. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, guys. I meant to close out of his thing. I just hit escape out of instinct. Boiled clams. What do I need for these? Clam meat and... okay. We're going to get a ton of... well, boar ribs actually don't drop all that much, so we're not going to get a ton of boar ribs, but... we're going to get a lot of cooking materials in this next zone. I can tell you that. Alright, cool. Make these really quick. Cool. And off to Hogger we go. I think I might end this when we get to Westfall. I think that's a good ending point. It's going to really depend. I'm extremely tired from last night, so if I push myself, it just lowers the quality of the product that you guys are getting, right? If I'm not at my best, then the people who eventually come to watch this aren't going to find the joy and humor that they're expecting. So I should probably cut it off at a point that makes sense, right? And I think that point would be after we've done this quest for Hogger, and then we've moved into Westfall, and we can end the day there. Ooh, copper ore. I know it seems like we have so much bag space here. I can promise you within the first hour or two of the next stream, all of this bag space is going to be just filled in. We're going to be like deleting stuff out of this row just to have space for anything. It's horrid. But it's what WoW is all about. Sorry, I was just doing something on the other screen, as always. Yeah, we got an achievement for exploring all of Elwyn Forest. There's another quest that should be up here. Yeah, I was about to say, I know there's another one here. It's to get painted armbands from the gnolls over here. And then Hogger gives us, I think Hogger gives us a green item. The Footman's Tunic, which would replace what we have here currently.
Need help? Light bless you.
And pants that do nothing for us, but we're still going to get them. Cool. Hogger says 11 plus, so technically we should be level 11 plus before we go fight him. I think we'll be okay. Maybe not, but I think we'll be okay. I'm not going to kill all of these boars. That's too many boars to bother with. Just the ones that really bug me. The ones that look at me funny. Just looking for Hogger. I mean, he spawns over here, so we're probably going to have to go a little deeper to find him, but also someone could have come in. I mean, all these mobs are dead, so someone definitely could have come in here and cleaned out the whole zone. You know what movie I've been meaning to watch recently? That I watched when I was little, and it kind of destroyed me mentally. My Sister's Keeper. There's how. Oh, I don't know if we can kill him alone. $600 health? That's a lot of health. Even with evasion tanking, I don't know if we get him by ourselves. We'll give it a shot, but it's going to be a tough one. Like, this guy has a friend helping him, which is why they can do it together. And even then, with the two of them, they're having some trouble. Also, I'm not going to take that chest from them. I totally saw it, and I totally could have just gone and yoinked it, but there's going to be nothing worthwhile in it anyway. It's a potion, a piece of food, a gray item, like, nothing worth our time. Now, when we get to, like, level 40, 50, hell yeah. Because those chests could potentially have blue items in them, and those will sell for tons of gold. Tons and tons and tons of gold. So I will for sure take those every chance I get. Someone else here for Hogger now. So we got to keep an eye out for him. Yo, he's not even here for Hogger. He's level 27. What are you doing here, dude? I swear, if he's here to kill Hogger and he takes Hogger from me, I'm gonna have a conniption. Ooh, gun. You love guns. Looking for Hogger. Head on a swivel, moving it around. So the plan is to get a good slice and dice going so that we can get our melee attack damage in, and then I think we just stack up and hit him with the biggest eviscerate that we can. I think that's our only real chance of getting through this. We'll probably also pop our Lion Strength Potion just for some added DPS. I'm really skeptical that we could pull this off, honestly. Hogger's not easy. He is 11 plus for a reason, and we're only level 11. We could hit level 12 before we fight him, I guess. We could do that. But it's not going to make too much of a difference, honestly. Oh, Hogger. Hugaguggy? Where you at, bro? Sorry, we have painted wristbands to get. Oh, there he is. All right, well, we'll make our way over to him and see how this goes. I don't anticipate it goes very well. We do, however, have an extra 80 health from that priest. That's big. That's huge, actually. Oh, you know what? Hold on. If we get into trouble, we could gouge him and then immediately start bandaging, and that could give us, like, a little bit of health back. I'm just thinking of every possible thing we can do to regain any health that we need to during this fight. All right. Let the kiting begin. Slice and dice again. We got this. Oh, evasion's about to run out. I got a potion backed up. It's okay. One more Sinister Strike, and then we eviscerate. A big hit. Oh, we got a potion. We got this. We got it. It's over. It's over. Hogger, more like deader. Got him. Nice. I don't think that would have happened if I didn't pick up all of these other green items. If I didn't have, stay in front of me like you're supposed to. If I didn't have this dagger, these gloves, this belt, I don't think that kill happens. I think we die. Or at the very least, it would be a very, very close call. So, just another instance where that tiny bit of gold that we spent went a long way, and that we didn't die. We didn't have to come back here. We didn't have to try to kill Hogger more than once. That was a close fight. We were down to some pretty low health there. Gold pickup schedule? I don't know if I've ever seen this quest before. Interesting. Didn't get the armband still. God damn it. Would you boys please drop the armband? I need it so I can go back and turn these quests in, and that's it. That's all I need. Drop it. Yeah, I'm talking to you. And your excessive amount of gear. Nice. Before we forget, we'll get another point in that. Just looking at my other abilities that I'm going to take. We do have to go back here for Hogger to turn it in, don't we? It is dumb that they make you return back to Marshall Dugan, all the way back there just to turn in the Hogger quest. Like, why can't we turn it in at this nice big castle fort thing?
Or the Alliance. Go with honor, friend.
Are you having fun yet? Is everyone enjoying themselves? Still can't find groups. I wonder if there's any groups for Westfall out there. Just gonna take a look. No, not really. Okay. unlist myself. We'd go play some Battlegrounds, but we're going to be in Battlegrounds with people in full heirloom armor, so we're just going to die over and over again. Never mind. It's not plausible to go do.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you? We don't need the boar meat anymore,
Safe travels.
because the boar meat does nothing for us, because it's grayed out now, so we can't get a level up from that, a skill level up. Green is like very unlikely to get one. Yellow is like kind of middle of the road. You probably will get one, and then orange is for sure you will get a level up if you do this this crafting skill.
Light be with you. Light bless you. Be
Hug
careful.
air.
Go with honor, friend. For the Alliance. Be careful. For the Alliance. Go with honor, friend.
Is this worth doing? The experience isn't bad. Plus, I'm not quite ready to put the game down just yet. I don't want to go through Westfall, so we're going to go over here and do this really quick. Oh, and Bounty on Murlocs. We can do that as well. I forgot that that was a quest. We continue on. I really just want to get Ambush. Actually, I'm level 12. I should have stopped in at my trainer and seen if there was anything new I could get. Ambush is when I start to really like playing this class. Even though we're not going to use Ambush later on, Ambush early on is so fun. It's a super hard-hitting ability that you use in stealth, so it's like the perfect class fantasy of like sneaking up on someone and then just hitting them with your daggers for massive amounts of damage. It's just very fun. Yeah. Seems about right. We've got certain paths we're going to walk. So I'm going to wander from here down to here and then up along this, because this ridge has a ton of copper ore spots that could spawn a copper ore node. And then this right down here that we're going to has a bunch of copper nodes as well, like this one. How do I know this? Your boy did some grinding back in the day. There was a time in classic WoW, like vanilla WoW, where if I forget what server it was years ago, but if you bought copper or you bought mithril on the marketplace, there's a, what is that music change? There was a good chance you bought mine and then I beat someone else out for it and they cursed me out for it. That's just how WoW is. I'm hooked on a feeling, da da da. I'm high on believing. Oh, I'm gonna get DMCA'd for that, aren't I? I'm not high on believing. Got the Guardians on my mind, that's all. If you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, very good movie. I know everyone says they're getting burned out on Marvel. I think what's happening isn't burnout on Marvel itself. I think we're getting burned out on new characters that they're introducing. Because the original, and like the original phases, and when I say that I mean leading up until Endgame, they introduced new people throughout, but it was always based around that core of Captain America, Iron Man, Thor. You know, it was always them. And then there were new characters that were built around them. But now we're at this weird point where it feels, well, Captain America's changed. Iron Man's gone. Hulk is not himself, is not who he was at least. And Thor is off doing his own thing with his like adopted child, essentially. So it's very weird where we're at, and so they keep introducing new characters, and we've got some stables that are there that are awesome. We've got Doctor Strange, we've got Spider-Man, those are great and we love them, and we've got the Guardians. But when they try to introduce new characters, especially through TV shows, it's just not going very well, in my opinion. So I don't think we're running into an issue of fatigue like some people think. I think we're just running into an issue of they're not setting up characters as well as they used to. Alright, we're going to kill the collector first. We're going to have to pop evasion so we don't get hit by multiple people. And let's get a slice and dice off, because then slice and dice will carry on into the next person we're attacking. And it's going to be the mage, because those fireballs hurt a lot. Die. And then Mr. Drudgemore. Erlin Drudgemore. What a name. What a name you have, Sonny. Alright. We did that. We leave. We steal from this guy, because fuck him, that's why. Ooh. You just had gems in his pocket. It's gonna feel bad when he learns he lost those. And then we go up here, and it's time to commit more Murlicide. My favorite part of the game. Murlicide. Murlicide. Murlocs are so annoying. There's just so many of them. It's hard to pull one Murloc off by themselves, because there's always like 5 of them in a group. Which is kind of the point of them. Like, they're squishy, they don't hit super hard, but they hit hard in numbers, right? It's just the purpose of them in the game. Right, let's head down here. We're going to kind of farm down in this area, and we'll go along the coast of the river as needed. But this is gonna be the central farm down here. They're super concentrated. There's also always a chest in here, so I'm gonna see if I can make my way over to the chest and get a little sneaky little loot. I do see we have a second person watching. Welcome. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you showing up, even if you're about to leave. And, you know, stick around as long as you like. I'm just killing things. If you are also on the server Grobulus, feel free to find me and we can quest together. I don't care. If you want to do Dead Mines, I'll be there, like, sometime this weekend. These Murloc fins are dropping. Usually I have to kill 3 or 4 before I get one. I think the drop rate on them, at least in classic era, so vanilla era, was 20 or 25%. So this was a quest you had to kill a lot of Murlocs to get all of these torn fins. I think, not for Burning Crusade, but I think when Wrath of the Lich King came out, I think they went back and they modified a lot of these early quests. Ooh, new pants. Better than my current ones? Yeah, they are. The agility loss is annoying, but doesn't matter. They're just better. You always just go with the better gear. Until you get to endgame and you're actually looking at gear that's all level 80 stuff, you just go with whatever gear is a higher level early on. Where is that chest? It's always here somewhere. We'll find it. So I don't know who's here watching, but how's your day going? What brings you to the stream? Did you find me randomly? Or did my hired goons find you? Force you to be here. That's what I pay them for, so kind of hope it's that. And if you don't know what hired goons I'm talking about, neither do I. No idea what that could be about. Oh, whoever's here is gone, as always. They pop in, and then they leave. And I am left to wonder, were they real at all? Or just a figment of my imagination? My mind creating what it thinks it wants me to see, which is another person here with me, watching me, enjoying the content that I create. Am I really talking to myself right? Have I talked to myself for the last 2 hours? Yes, I have. Am I okay with that? Not really, but it is what it is. I really do think I'm made out for this kind of stuff. When I was a kid, probably 14 or so, I tried to do this, and I tried to record gameplay. I had a capture card and everything for my 360. I was doing it. I only did 3 or 4 videos, but I was doing it. And I'm kicking myself now for not just sticking with it, because I feel like 13 years ago was the perfect time to like get into being a YouTuber back then, right? Like if there was ever a perfect time to do it, that was it. And who knows, if I just stuck with it, even casually, by today, I could have tens, if not hundreds of thousands of subscribers just based on pure attrition, right? And then that would be enough where even like a couple videos a week would probably net me enough to survive, and I wouldn't have to have a job, commit more time to actually doing YouTube, and it'll, you know, it snowballs from there. The Disciples Bracers. Nothing we want, though. Gypsy cloak. I like the color. I like that blue color. Ooh. Wish my whole set could be blue like that. Alright, we need a couple extra Murlocs here. We're pulling a couple at a time. Let's do it. We only have 2 Torn Fins to go. I'm gonna guess that we get both of them right here. We get enough from these guys to get us both fins. It's 1. Damn you, game. Making a fool out of me. We'll see about that. Yeah, here's the last one, of course. The one after I called it. Blizzard. Once again, some GM is watching my stream and they're just like typing in the code to make me look stupid. Much like God typed in the code to make me look stupid when I was born. .30. It's enough time to lay around and watch some TV. I try not to watch too much TV anymore. I've found that I have an issue with eating. All right, I knew I had an issue with eating. I'm not stupid. But I've really come to realize that my issue with eating is really exacerbated by doesn't matter which I take, I guess, by being sedentary. So by sedentary, I mean not just like sitting still, but also not doing anything. So when I'm playing games like this and when I'm talking and all, like I'm so engaged that my mind doesn't even think about food, to the point where, you know, I'm not hungry, I don't feel hungry. But if I had instead spent the last 2 hours sitting on my couch watching a Netflix movie, I would have gotten up to find a snack 2 or 3 different times, and it just would have been a whole thing. Copper ore, copper ore. I hate random guild invites. I declined, and then they sent a message that says the casual guild is a casual place for casuals and levelers. Like, I already declined. Can't wait till we get to mutilate. Things get fun when you get mutilate. You rack up combo points so much quicker than normal. Ooh. This cut to the chase looks like it's going to be wild. So slice and dice, remember that's this that increases our attack speed by 20%. Huge damage increase for us because most of our damage is coming from just plain auto attacks. And at 5 points, it's an extra 21 seconds that it lasts. And then slice and dice, or cut to the chase, sorry, every time we use eviscerate or envenom, once we have 5 points in this rank, it's going to be a 100% chance to refresh our slice and dice for its maximum amount. So as long as we can get off an envenom, which we're not going to use eviscerate, we're going to be using envenom at max level. As long as we can get off envenom before slice and dice goes down, we can just continually have slice and dice up, but also be using other points without using our combo points to keep it up. It's going to be awesome. I'm excited for it. I will, when we are max level, when we've got like all of our abilities and everything, I will sit down and I will show you exactly what our rotation is, how we're like prioritizing different abilities and different things over, you know, this or that. Not going to leave you guys in the dust. I'm not going to, you know, make you wonder why we're doing what we're doing. I will be very clear about everything all the time. All right. So we're going to go in here. We're going to speak to the rogue trainer so that I can get any last minute abilities. We're going to run to Westfall. And then when we pass the bridge into Westfall, I will head out for the day. It is getting late and
Hello.
I need sleep. Desperately need sleep. We don't need backstab. We do need kick, however. Kick is required. Parry's awesome. Just helps us not get hit. We're so close to lockpick. Okay, so let me switch my key bindings around. Where is this? Where is this? So that's gonna become that. And then key binding. That's fine. We'll worry about it later. So what I did was I unbound my mount up here. Why is it not always showing? Hold on. Action bars. It should always be showing them, but then it's not always showing them. I don't know why. What I did was I set my mouse button to kick because kick is an interrupt. So spellcasters, we can kick them when they're trying to cast spells and it'll stop them from casting it and also prevent them from casting anything from that specific spell school for the next 5 seconds. So if they're casting a fire spell, they can't cast another fire spell for 5 seconds. Pretty simple. Oh, whoops, didn't mean to sell the ore.
Go with honor, friend.
Yeah, kick is big. And I have it on my mouse button, just my plain mouse button, because I want to be able to access it at like split-second decisions. Because being able to kick people and stop their casting, it, like within a 2 or 3 second window is really big, because that's all the notice you get that, hey, they're casting a spell at you. So having on my mouse button is really important, so I can just tap it whenever needed. If I had it on like Control F or something, it would just, that there'd be too much room for error when I do that. So keep it on there. Looks like we have someone else here watching. Hello, welcome. Thanks for being here. Before you head out, you could throw a like down on this, or you could throw something in the chat. Just a little interaction helps me find my way to more people. The more people interact with my videos. Otherwise, have a great day, and I hope you stick around, or you watch the rest of it, or you watch the VOD when it comes out later after I'm done streaming. It's a very, very chill stream if you wanted to throw it on another monitor and just have some background noise while you play Jump King or Slay the Spire or WoW, whatever you want. It's kind of the vibe I'm going for with this, just a very relaxed and chilled out kind of process. I do think I'm funny, but I don't know if other people do. I've always said that I make jokes for me. Any joke I make is a joke because I thought it was funny, so I'm saying it to make me laugh. And I laugh at my own jokes all the time. But I tell people like, hey, listen, I make jokes for me. If you like the joke, awesome. Laugh along. If you don't like the joke, all right, I don't care. I'm going to laugh at my own jokes. So I think I'm very funny. Other people would probably say that I try a little too hard to be funny sometimes. But what are you going to do? I feel like to get those really big jokes, the ones that get the big laughs and you know, you feel good about telling, you have to take chances and you have to tell all the jokes that come to mind. All right, well, with that said, guys, we are now in Westfall. We're going to move forward in Westfall. Thank you so much for being here. If you could like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you can to help me rise up the YouTube algorithm. That way other people can find and enjoy my content. I'd really appreciate it. And as always, guys, until next time, see ya.